Hi, I'm Brittany Moore with Be More Organized and Be More Moving and Storage, and I'm a professional problem solver. My personal and professional journey is probably a lot like most founders or entrepreneurs. You're out to solve a problem that is something that pained you from a past experience or a childhood moment. And for me, it's really all about I know what it's like to be in an environment that doesn't serve you, and all of my businesses and what I'm on mission to create is all about solving the pain that we feel or the discomfort we feel in environments, whether that's in your home, on a move, or on a transition. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to assist people through those challenging transitions and help them find just more peace and more calm in their environments, i.e. their homes. I think it's a little bit different for everyone, certainly. I think one of the best things we can do as parents these days is really help to instill a sense of grit and resilience in our children. And that's something that for me was kind of, if you will, beaten into me as a kid. I have a lot of grit and a lot of resilience, and I think as an entrepreneur, you're gonna experience, especially as a founder, a lot more hard days than easy ones. There's gonna be so much opposition, so many reasons to quit, so many reasons why you shouldn't continue, why it's a crazy idea, why you can't make payroll, and you're up at night crying on the floor asking God why. And those moments are so normal as founders and as people who are trying to pave new paths and do things differently. And so for me, I'm a really strong Christian, and so that's absolutely the number one thing that keeps me going. But honestly, right next to that is just the ability to continue to get up when you have no energy and no muscle left and you're just kind of dying inside, and just keep going. Because it's really hard when you're trying to do something new, trying to do something in a different way, or trying to better, whether it's a product or a service. You're paving a new path, and paving that path is so much harder than you could ever imagine. And so for me, to answer that question, it would be my faith in God and just God's plan and mission for what we're here to do and accomplish, but also just the muscle of grit that I've had for quite a few years of my life, and just that this is just, it's hard, but it doesn't mean it's time to stop. You have to keep going. I was adopted when I was 16. I went through more challenges as a child than most should. And I think we have a mindset most often in life that if this is the way it is, then this is the way it's always going to be. And I think what I would love people to take from my story and my challenges and my learnings is that through a lot of hard work, you can become anything you want, you can do anything you want, you can create any kind of company that you want, or a service, or a product. There's always a path to figuring that out if you just seek that out and just solve one problem after another problem after another problem. And so no matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, whether it's being adopted, whether it's a childhood, your parents divorced and it crumbled you, whether it was your own personal divorce, whether it was a death or a loss, that you can take where you are and you can become someone totally different, and you can elevate your experience or your environment into something that you have not experienced yet but are dreaming of. Like, that is possible, and I'm a walking example of that. There's no reason why I shouldn't be somewhere completely different than where I am, just based on what I've had to personally walk through in my life and my journey. And so a lot of hard work, honestly, over IQ and over GPA, hard work can get you just about anywhere.